Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from TheRightTrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today I'm going to go over my normal schedule, which is Rayblox, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisego, Lisk, Cardano, and IOTA. All of those in a technical analysis on TradingView in that order in just a second. Other than that, if you're interested in monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities or 5 high return cryptocurrencies for your 2018 portfolio, you can find both those things in my premium content, and I have a link to that in the description of this video. So if you're interested in getting some hidden gem cryptocurrencies that I've never talked about before, definitely go check that out. Otherwise, if you're interested in trading altcoins, go check out Binance. Also have a link to them in the description of this video. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on with the general market here. Overall, we can see that there's still a lot of red, right? And cryptocurrencies pulling back once again. Bitcoin is leading the way here. Once again, it started to pull back, and that kind of pushed over to the rest of the market. So really, I would say look at what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing to kind of sense the strength of the market. And of course, they are acting a bit weak right now. So that's what we're seeing pretty much throughout the market. There are a few exceptions like VeChain that's actually pretty strong, but most of them are taking a hit once again. And at this point, you have to think, what is most likely as we move forward. So we got the big drop, right? That's obvious. From there, it is normal that we're seeing, weakness, right? You can't expect to get a big bounce right away. That usually doesn't happen. So this could definitely continue. We can definitely move a bit lower from here. There's no real way to tell. What's for sure, though, is that we do have some pretty strong resistance levels with Bitcoin, for example, and a lot of other cryptocurrencies. I'll go over that in technical analysis. That we want to get back above and maybe break out of some downtrend lines and start seeing some positive signals on the charts to really get an idea of when things might start to turn around, because until that happens, there's probably going to be continued weakness at this point. So let's go over to Rayblox and take a look at the chart here. So Rayblox is currently, back to downtrending pretty much, unfortunately, and that's not something that I like to see because I actually have pretty large Rayblox holdings, but I have to be honest with you, right? And when I'm going ahead and putting the lines here, we can see that we were in a bit of a symmetrical triangle in the short term, and we actually broke out of that. So we're back to downtrending now, which is not really what we wanted to see. So we're either going to get a bounce over here at around 141,000 satoshis, or we're going to move lower towards 12,400 satoshis. Sorry, 124,000 satoshis. And that's obviously not what I would like to see, but the indicators are pointing towards more downside movement. You can see that with the MACD that's about to cross over below the red line, histogram that's about to go negative, and the RSI that looks like it's going to go towards that 30 oversold area. So anything can happen, right? You can always get a bounce, but there is a lot of downside pressure, and it's just going to be really hard for Rayblox to get back above the downtrend line right now, right? And the only thing that I could see that can maybe change things would be the Binance listing, but there's no saying when that'll actually come. If you can see, there's the red and yellow moving averages. Those are also some indicators that we would try to want to get back above to signal, a turnover and a reversal. So those are the things that I'm going to be looking for Rayblox, and it's unfortunate, because it was doing good, and the weak market kind of turned things over here for Rayblox. There's not much you can do. It's not really Rayblox's fault. It's just the general market. A lot of cryptocurrencies are struggling right now. That's what I said at the beginning of the video. So Bitcoin is definitely in a bit of a downtrend here once again in the short term. I'll go ahead and put in this new short-term downtrend line over here. And what you really have to pay attention to here for Bitcoin, I would say, is this $10,046 support level and the $12,788 resistance level. And in that range is what we're trading in. So we want to make sure that we hold at least above $10,000 basically. And I kind of see us continuing to trade in this range a bit longer. I think we're definitely going to move towards the lower end of this range though, because we have a lot of pressure from this downtrend line. So unless we break out of that quickly, probably going to trickle down back towards that $10,000 mark. And the indicators, histogram not looking too bad, but the RSI attempted to break out of the downtrend line, now kind of failed that and is back to downtrending, and pretty similar on the MACD. So indicators definitely not looking great, and it looks, based on the indicators, that we're going to see probably a little bit more weakness for the time being. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has been one of the stronger cryptocurrencies out there, but now took a pretty big hit, unfortunately, right? It managed to get back above $1,094, which was really good, but that wasn't able to hold, right? And we're now back below that, which puts us, kind of in this consolidation area that we've been in, right up around $1,000, a little bit above that. So I would say want to make sure that we hold above $1,000. If we lose that support level, probably going to move lower, right back towards maybe $940, or even back towards those higher $800 levels. So we have a pretty big range here for Rayblox, as you can see, because you have major support over here at $764. So there's definitely room to move lower, and it really just depends on if we're going to be able to sustain around this $1,000 area. As for the MACD, still downtrending here pretty badly, and any other indicator, right, MACD, histogram, RSI, not really looking like any kind of reversal just yet. Let's take a look at Litecoin, and we're going to see what Litecoin has been doing. So Litecoin is basically consolidating right here at this $188 level. Histogram not looking too bad. Even the RSI and MACD looks like they might start to flatten out and potentially break out of the negative area. So that is possible, but I would say here once again for Litecoin, it's going to be hard, right? We have this big resistance level at $218. We've got the downtrend line, and then those are two major resistance levels. So hopefully we're able to hold around here. That would be one of the better scenarios at this point, because there is definitely a chance that I would say if we lose $175, probably going to be moving back towards that $150 area. So definitely not out of the woods here for Litecoin either, but it is consolidating a bit better than others. We're going to go over towards Ripple now and take a look at what Ripple has been up to. So it looks like Ripple is trading in around this $1.35 area, basically in the middle of this range between $1.50 and $1. Histogram broke below the uptrend line, which isn't great, and now we're still downtrending pretty severely on the MACD and RSI. I'd say we want to see it get back above $1.50, but I see it maybe consolidating in this area here, maybe retesting $1. I see some consolidation here, to be honest, for Ripple, around maybe $1.25. So that's as far as Ripple is concerned. Let's go over to NEO now and see what NEO has been up to. So it looks like NEO is losing the support of the middle band. That's at $126. So that's not the best sign, right? Because that has been carrying the price throughout this whole uptrend. It's probably going to test this uptrend line right here. Is it going to lose this uptrend line? That's a big question. It could, right? The indicators aren't looking great now for NEO. It got that big run up. Now it's moving pretty severely towards the downside, right? Just got that negative crossover on the MACD histogram, and on the RSI moving lower. So I definitely think it is possible that we dip below the uptrend line, and the key word there is dip, right? So that should be a pretty temporary move below the uptrend line, but it is possible here, right? Because the lower Bollinger Band is all the way down to $80. So if we're going to move maybe back towards $100 very temporarily with this drop, that is possible. Otherwise, if we get a bounce off the uptrend line, I'd say nothing really to worry about there. Let's take a look at Vertcoin. And Vertcoin was actually looking pretty good here. And yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, it double tested the downtrend line. Very big resistance level, wasn't able to break out of that since quite some time. And it was looking good there. It was looking like a real opportunity for that, but it failed. And not only did it fail it, but it even lost its short-term uptrend line support. So we broke out of this little symmetrical triangle, now moving towards the downside of that. And that means that we rejected any type of bullish movement on the indicators. So we're either going to consolidate a little bit more here, but now we have the downtrend line that's back to putting pressure on the price. Probably going to move a little bit lower towards $4.30, maybe even $4.13 as we move forward in the next couple days. And it's looking like a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to take a bit of a hit here in the next couple days, right? And unless we get some kind of strong bounce out of nowhere, which is always possible in crypto, they're probably going to trickle down towards the downside right now. Monero tested that $416 level, failed that, broke below the middle band. lost its $350 support level and now moving lower, right? Maybe back towards that $300 mark. So I'd say I don't really see Monero losing $300 just yet, but definitely could move back towards that level. And indicator is no sign of a reversal just yet for Monero. Let's take a look at OmiseGO and take a look at what it's been doing. So OmiseGO is currently trading at $16.62, downtrending on the MACD, pretty flat here on the histogram, and now moving back towards this 44 support level on the RSI. We definitely don't want to break below that, because if we do, could see a move towards the downside, but definitely got a double test of that, so it is possible. And I would say I do think that OmiseGO is going to test the $14.50 support level once again. I'm not sure if it'll go below that, right? I could definitely consolidate in this range, but I definitely think it will test it, because I think a lot of these cryptos will take a dip here. So let's take a look at Lisk and see what Lisk has been up to. Let's go over to Lisk now, and Lisk is facing some trouble with the downtrend line mainly. We had an attempt of breaking above $25. As you can see with a lot of these cryptocurrencies, didn't really pan out, and now the MACD is back to downtrending. RSI kind of lost its strength, so probably going to continue to trickle down a little bit lower here. We have to see if it'll stay above $20. If it does, that'll be a very good sign. It is possible, right? It is possible that we maybe move towards $20 and then horizontally break out of the downtrend. That would be a pretty good scenario, but it is also possible that we go all the way back down to $17.46 due to the downward pressure of the downtrend line. Let's take a look at Cardano and see if it's an exception here. Unfortunately not. Cardano actually, this is pretty bad for Cardano, because what we're seeing right now is Cardano broke below its uptrend line for the first time since the beginning of the uptrend with a full-bodied candlestick. So unless this is just very temporary and will very quickly come back above the downtrend line, this is actually a pretty bearish signal. At best here, we're going to hold above 5,125 Satoshis and maybe consolidate in this area. But seeing what happened here, I wouldn't be surprised if we lost the support level and maybe moved back towards the support level over here at 4,070 Satoshis. I'll go ahead and put in that support level over here. As for the MACD, still downtrending on the RSI, still downtrending on the histogram. So not looking great there for Cardano. Let's take a look at IOTA for the final cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. And IOTA is basically consolidating in between $2.63 and $3. Isn't really able to get back above $3 though, so it is possible that if we lose this $2.63 support level, probably going to move lower here back towards $2, maybe $1.90. I'll go ahead and throw in that support level there. So I have to see what happens. Indicator is not looking too bad. A little bit of flattening out on the RSI and MACD, but we want to see a crossover here really. So just to recap, this was a pretty bearish daily crypto update. I don't really like doing this because I know that some of you get kind of upset, but you have to kind of face reality. And of course, all of this is just my opinion, not financial advice. But it does seem like a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to see yet another dip right now. So that's kind of what I see happening. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But catch you next time, and thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.